All right, we're gonna start doing this prototype mix from the ground up. By which I mean I haven't really done anything to this entire session except for put in a master fader, mostly honestly so I can get the audio out of it, and change the outputs because it was probably configured for the Trident session uh, previously. So, um, the idea is I'm gonna try and talk through everything I do to set up the session with this one and sort of prep myself for uh, being able to just dive in here pretty quick. And I have none of my templates, none of my buses are named or anything like that. So we'll do that absolutely ground up. So we could take a listen. Take a look at what we have in here. Cool. First thing I'm going to do is I want to set up all of my buses. Not all of them. I'll probably add more, but all the ones I know I'm going to use. Quick way to tell. We got some shells over here, minus the hi-hat. I'm probably going to want to bus all those. Overheads and rooms, maybe I'll bus those together. I'll probably also have a complete drum bus set for everything, kind of probably after the sub mixes. Which will sort of be like a big group. We'll probably do the basses. We'll definitely do all the guitars together. We'll do keys. Ooh, we got two sets of keys here. Probably some synth stuff. And looks like we got some vocals. Okay, yeah, and we'll probably bust all the vocals together. And let's take a look and just kind of... All right, this was probably recorded on a Trident session. Oh, wait a minute. Piano. Piano high, piano low. You don't seem accurate. Hold on. No, that doesn't look like it either. Are you something that I want? This could be something left over. That shit is not in the same key. Okay. Let me take a look at the piano high real quick. I have a feeling we can ignore all this. Yeah, that is straight up from a different song. Cool. Guess what? I don't want to look at this anymore. Goodbye. All right. Let's do a Trident session stuff. So let's go ahead and take everything. Actually, do ourselves a favor. Oh, I should just use a group. And let's zoom in a little bit so I can make sure I'm getting the whole thing. And let's go ahead and just oh no, gain is not what I want. I was thinking I want to increase the gain, but that's not what I want. I would like to normalize everything. Boy, I don't know. Let's say 75%. See what happens. Everything got quieter. Cool. If we render everything to 100%, it's not really what I want, but I want to see what happens. Okay, well. Not really the difference I was looking for. This audio suit normalizes like I swear to God, there is a more Maybe it's by like Melda Productions or something. I just can't remember. There is a more user-friendly, a little bit more intuitive way to normalize things, but you know what I will do? I actually will do the gain, and I'll give everything plus 5 dB. Nothing crazy. Just give myself a little bit more workable room here. Hopefully this will not be too crazy. No, that's not too crazy. Okay. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that as a starting point. And let's take a look, make sure nothing crazy is going on. It's louder. It's running a little bit hot to the master, but almost all of this is going to get turned down to a certain degree as I start, and then build it back up to that point. So I'm not too worried about it. Okay, workable gain structures. Next thing I will do, or next thing I like to do, is let's go ahead and color code everything. I have a little color coding system that I like, which is basically drums stay blue, so I have to click less. Basses are usually red, and if it's not basses, I'll make the main vocal red, depending on what kind of mix I'm doing here. And then I'll put guitars in turquoise, keys, pad-like stuff, maybe horns are usually purple, and then vocals will make green so I can see them. And yells, ooh, vocal punch in. Let's look at there. We got anything punched in? No. Let's get that shit the fuck out of here. I hid and made inactive. And yells. What are da 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 da. We got anything else in yells? Not in you. So you can get the hell out of here. And I usually make my backup vocal stuff yellow. There's no real rhyme or reason to any of these colors. You do what is comfortable for you, or aesthetically pleasing for you. Cool. Let's make some aux buses. Let's make some buses. So what do we want? I usually have a mix bus. That's one. I'm going to have drums, shells, not shells, bass, guitar, keys, vocals, probably background vocals because I'll probably duplicate that and do some fun stuff with it. And then we'll do, let's say, a reverb, maybe another reverb, 2 delays. Let's start with that. Okay, that's 13 right there. So let's make 13 auxiliary buses. Wow, look at that. This is kind of boring shit, to be honest, but you know what? You kind of got to do it. So, number 1, our mix bus. Okay. Well, I had an extra C there, but we'll do our mix bus. We'll do drums. We'll do shells. We'll do room XOH. Room and overheads. We'll do bass, guitars, keys, main vocals, shells. If I can fucking type properly. BG Vox. We'll do probably a plate. Do Hall. Short delay. I'm probably going to use even more buses in this. Long delay. Okay. Cool. Now, this, I've explained before why I like to have a mix bus separate from the master. It's basically just another point of being able to control gain. And there's like some metering things too, and then if I'm putting this into if I'm going to put a mix compression on it, I kind of like to start with that early. So that's sort of the methodology there. And if I need to do anything that's like real time analyze that basically process in real time, and maybe I want to go pet my cat or something while I do that, I can turn the master down and all of the signal is still flowing to into the mix bus. You can see. So if we were to do the next step, which is pretty much everything here goes to the mix bus. It's not going to end up that way. But, oh, right, I need to name all my buses and stuff because I'm not working outside of a template. Ah, okay. Well, bus 1 and 2, guess what? You're the mix bus. I can show ya. Solo safe this. Oh, hey, gotta set the inputs. Hey, hey, hey. So if I need to do anything that processes in real time, I put it on the mix bus. I can keep this down. I can answer a phone call. I can do all kinds of whatever the fuck that I need to do. Cool. Good place to be. And then let's go up to our, again, if this is all very obvious to you, then obviously skip past this part. There ain't much for you here, but we'll do mix bus. Oh, shit. Don't do that. Don't do what I just did. Cancel that. I'm messing with output names. Yeah, go to the buses. Here we go. Okay. Mix bus. And then we'll do drums. Drum shells. Room OH. Whatever the hell is next. Bass. GTRs. Keys. Oh, I did that again. Vox. BG Vox. Plate. Hall. Short delay. Hey. More, please. Let's create 4 more. I don't know what I'm going to use them for yet, but. Long delay. Cool. And boy, guess what we're gonna do next? This lovely process. Again, perfect candidate for skipping stuff if you do not want to watch someone set this up. But it's important. So most of the stuff that is in my template that I use for starting anything is mostly just, you know, bullshit like this. This is going to be my go-to stuff that I kind of always use. So I just have that set up at the get-go. And I'm also going to actually add one more here. Parallel comp. Because I have a feeling I'm going to want to parallel compress these drums. That's a whole unit. A whole unit! Let's go ahead and throw one more in there. And then obviously everything is going to the mix bus. The mix bus is basically just serving as the master before the master. Cool. Color coded. Bus is out. I prefer to have my buses for instrument sections live next to where they what groups they're with, just so that I can easily access them, especially if I want to change the overall volume of something. I don't want to be searching around and bopping and booping back and forth between segments of the session. All right. All of you are going to the shells. Yes, all of you. Oh, I'm not, except for the hi-hat. I'm not going to send you over there. Hi-hat gets to have its own special means. All of you are going to room OH. Cool. And all of you guys are going to drums. This is like the master drum bus, as it were. Basses. Hop on over to bass. No! Fuck's sake. Alright. Guess what? Let's take a guess at where these guitars are going. Let's get wild in our imagination about where I might send these keys. Let's bring ourselves back to earth and understand what's happening by sending these things to the Vox. Alright. Boom. Guess what? Session set up, more or less. Perfect time to save. Save that shit. Now take all your... Oh, label your parallel compression bus. Bring that shit next to the drums, because that's probably where I'm going to use it. Now take all your auxiliary buses. Probably you want to make them solo safe. Oops. Solo safe. Oh, solo safe. Cool. Where's my solo clear button? There it is. Okay. There we go. Let's make sure our routing works. Cool. I'm just going to end the video here because that's just setup stuff. That way it's easy to skip over if you want to just start taking a look at what's going on afterwards. But this is how I would set up a very, very, very basic approach to a session. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, some shit that I put on the mix bus. Well, master bus will put the... we'll put a metering plug-in. WLM works fine. We're just going to be checking that every now and then. Mix bus, I like to put... what's it called? Oh, you can probably hear my cat Gigi going insane in the background. What's up, Gigi? She's got the zoomies. What is that? fucking thing called? We'll put an analyzer. I check that every now and then. I think that one's got phase correlation also. And then we'll put mix checker on here. This is a funny little plugin. Yeah. All right, cool. Basic setup. I don't think you really need to use templates that are that deep or anything like that. But I think it's a good idea to sort of have, if you kind of know that you're doing a session like this, it's a good idea to have at least your reverbs and your delays and your Vox buses sort of set up so that you can just start a session nice and easy and start just slotting stuff in there and not have to go through this process. But I thought it might be valuable in case people haven't set up a lot of sessions like this before. You'll notice I'm not using any routing folders or folders to do any of this. That is because I'm on Pro Tools 12, and I don't have that option. It seems nice. It seems like I might pay money to get the upgrade to have routing folders because that looks really fucking convenient. But I do not have them right now, so this is how I set it up. And then we'll come back. We'll get started on the drums and making this shit sound thumping.